Hey guys, happy Mamery. Decembery. LRRmas. I'm recording this in August, so just giving me a lot of time to try to beat this for the 12 Demons of Low Refresh Rate Christmas. I have the whole level learned basically, the wave and duel at like 30 back to back. That's easily the hardest part. So who knows how long this is gonna take. Hopefully I can get some good progress. My best run to 100 as of the moment is from the cube after the wave to 100. I have the percentages from 2.1 memorized. So I know it is 49 to 100, but could be different in 2.2. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright, good. I think my goal is just to make it to the duel for today. I'll probably do a lot more practice before I play from zero again. But this is just to gauge how my learning is going. Believe me when I say that the wave at 40 on 60 Hz is basically a list challenge. If I do make it past, then I will be shitting myself. Damn, I'm close to the duel. I would expect this to take me until the end of the month to beat. I might have to leak a bit into the start of my study term. It's August 9th today. School starts September 3rd. So I'm giving myself basically a month to beat this. The reason I chose this for 12 Demons of Christmas is because, well, my original plan was to beat Wide Step, but obviously I kind of gave up on that for now. But yeah, I've gotten 31 to 100 like 5 times. One of them was on video, but the recording corrupted. So the other 4 just I just find playing without recording makes me less stressed, which makes me a better player. So yeah, that's why I don't have a recording of 31 to 100 despite having done it 5 times. And then I have 68 times 2 and a whole bunch of other 60 deaths. But yeah, Wide Step's really hard, so. Oh, I made it to the duel. Yeah, that shit ball is really hard. So yeah, Wide Step was my original plan. Was gonna keep it secret actually until I beat it, but since I dropped it, there was no point in keeping it secret anymore, hence why I uploaded the progress video. And then after Wide Step, I kind of just jumped from level to level trying to see what interested me for the 12 Demons of Christmas. I briefly considered Black Blizzard because it's winter themed kind of Blizzard, right? I did Edelweiss for a bit, but then high CPS doesn't really suit my skill set, so I also dropped that, even though I did like 60 to 100. And then because I was considering all these options in late April when my winter study term ended, it was Mamery, and I did Nightshade for that. So I considered doing Killbot for the 12 Demons of Christmas because it's red and green, but then I wasn't able to download the song in vanilla, and I'm far too lazy to figure out ways to download it through other means. Sticking with the theme of memory, this level, Random Access Memory, it's been a level on my to-do list for a long time. Typically, if I like a level song, that just makes me want to beat it at some point. That's a good attempt. I'm progressing a lot faster than I thought I would. My goal was to make it to just the duel, and I basically made it 3/4 of the way past the wave. Guess I was underestimating how much practice I'd put in. The most annoying part of this level is you have a single double click at like 20%, and then I'm just supposed to keep my hand on the keyboard for the rest of the level because that one click. Okay, I'm back for a quick session. I'm not going to stay too long. I just want to play from zero again before the end of the day. I'm at that point where I realistically could go from the wave to 100 any attempt, and I kind of feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I wasn't playing from zero every day now. I got plans to go rock climbing just by myself. I like bouldering a lot. It does kind of suck liking bouldering so much and being 5'6", because a lot of the time there's a move that was very clearly intended to be done by someone who's like average height or just slightly above. You can usually tell if a route setter is smaller or taller based on how far you need to stretch. But yeah, bouldering is fun. Damn. Hopefully there comes a point where I get to the wave and I don't get nervous. I almost made it past the wave, and I didn't really get that nervous. So this is good, I think. Whew. Making it to the wave 3 times is pretty good. Yeah, look at this. I'm getting consistent at the beginning. If at any point I die at the double spikes before the drop, take away my license to play Geometry Dash. I'm getting pretty tired. Probably a bad idea to play any longer. Okay. I got a blister while I went rock climbing today, so I had to cut my session short. Not a great start to the day, to be honest. But, you know, once it heals, I'll go back. Probably get another blister while I'm at it. Seems like I'm getting more consistent at the beginning though, which is really good. I'm hoping to make it past the wave today, seeing as my goal for yesterday was so easily accomplished. But at the same time, if I set my expectations too high on a level as hard as this, I'm just going to end up being disappointed. So setting arbitrary goals like that is pretty good, just to keep motivation going, but shouldn't beat yourself down for not accomplishing it, because there's always the next day, right? It's coming up on 2 years since I beat Rust. I think that's the longest that I've gone without beating a new hardest, which is understandable. I mean, it's fucking Rust. It was 54 on the list when I beat it, and now it's 128, which is insane to think about. But yeah, there was a point where I was perfectly happy with Rust being my final hardest. Goals change over time. And of course, there's always the nagging question of, will I ever switch to high refresh rate? Sometimes it bothers me that I don't have a super high on the list hardest anymore, but other times I remind myself that I'm on low refresh rate, and that's why I've really just played on the low refresh rate list rather than pointer crate for the past few years. Part of me is a bit scared, like, what if I switch to high refresh rate and I'm not nearly as good as I am now, because I'm used to all these physics. At the moment, I never plan on switching to high refresh rate, because that would mean I switch over to a PC rather than a laptop, or, you know, a laptop with a higher refresh rate, because I'm not using CVF ever. See, if I think high refresh rate is sort of a cheap way to improve my skill, then CVF is giga cheap. I'm not saying I'm against other people using CVF, it's just not for me, right? That was too high? Too early. Seriously, too early again? Why is that too high? That's an expected death, even though the yellow orb should be easy. That was my last attempt of the day, and I was consigned to the fact that the ending of the session was going terribly, so I don't know how I pulled that off. I made it past the straight fly, which, I mean, I should have been able to consolidate. I don't know why the yellow orb is giving me so much trouble instead of the straight fly. But yeah, good ending to the session after all. Alright, so this is day 3 of playing from 0. I have to call it early for tonight, so my session today will be pretty short. I still have yet to do wave to 100 on this, but I've gotten from the duel to nearly the end. So I'm gonna do another short session today. Had to wake up early today. Got 5 hours of sleep. And I gotta wake up early again tomorrow. I was so close. No, that part's supposed to be easy. I think this is the first time I've actually felt nerves playing this level. Oh. Yeah, that jump setup sometimes doesn't work as well as I want it to. But I made it past the wave twice in a day. This turned from one of my worst sessions to one of my best sessions. It's a shame I can't play any longer. I can play longer tomorrow though, but I don't know if I will have the same consistency tomorrow. And we go again tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow, I guess. I just got duel to 100 on this level. Hopefully that's a good sign. And I can actually play for a longer session today. I don't know how long I'll be out actually playing for though, because I am even more tired than yesterday. Sometimes when you're tired, you just play well. Other times when you're tired, it turns out to be the worst session of your life. All I know is I'm going to lock the fuck in. I did tap twice. You can hear it. Unless I just didn't rebound my spacebar enough. But I do disagree with that death. I should have made it. That was a good jump, I just didn't hold long enough. I'll use this opportunity to say that I've been participating in a mobile speedrunning Discord chess tournament. There was a prize pool. First place gets $50, second place gets a month of Discord Nitro. There was a Swiss format, so everyone played an opponent with similar points as them. A win was 1 point, a draw is 0.5, a loss is, well, 0. I got 4 out of 5 points, which was good enough for tied second. One person got a clean sweep, so they got 5 out of 5, but they chose to waive the prize money. So now I'm going head to head with the other person who's tied for second, MK William, to see who gets the prize money and who gets the Discord Nitro. So yeah, hopefully I win. But MK is quite a strong chess player. There was another chess tournament a couple years back. They were my final opponent in that elimination format. Anything could happen. All depends on the quality of play for both of us on the day of the tournament. I will catch you guys tomorrow.
All right, so I had a bit of a delay, and I don't think I'm going to be sharing this, so I'll probably just send these recordings to you so that you can use them for highlights or whatever. So yeah, this is going to be best of three, so whoever wins this game will be a point up, but it'll take at least 2 games for this to be decided. And yeah, very good showing from both these two in the tournament so far, both finishing with 4 out of 5. Carson did win all of his rounds, but seeing as he was also a part organizer, elected not to claim any of the prizes, so interesting. I mean, that looks like a pawn loss, if I'm not mistaken. Um, don't really see. Looks like a bit of a blunder to my eyes, at least. Yeah, white's going to be much better here now. It may still be a little hard to make progress if black can maintain control of this isolated pawn. It sort of, disallows white from advancing more with the pawns here. But obviously, being a pawn down, white is still probably going to be able to get this open file. This is going to be a bit of a tough position to play as black. Not exactly sure what the point of this move is. Might just be so that the queen sort of has eyes over here in case of any like counterplay. Maybe you might be able to shut things down. Another idea that is worth considering here for white is you can try something like king f1 and then trading the rook off this way. Uh, hmm, I'm going straight for an advancement here. I'm not sure if this is the best plan necessarily. I think your best chances for winning here as white is probably creating some counterplay on this king, like we're seeing here, because you do also have this light square diagonal here where it might be difficult to block attacks due to this outpost. Oh Lord, it looks like we just have a back rank mate here. Oh, that is a horrible, horrible missight. And that is most likely going to be game. I don't see William missing this idea here. Um, yeah, this is a horrible turn of events for White here. There's just nothing, and he finds it. Yep, and that's gonna be game. Um, wow. So we saw White had the advantage early on in this game. Um, uh, let me see, where was it? Uh, right around here with D5. But ends up losing the extra pawns on the queen side due to the pressure on the king, and yeah, just a one move blunder there at the end to seal the deal. Yeah, so I think already this is going to be very problematic for black. I'm not sure if I see the best line here. William here is going to be a little bit down on time, but looking for the knockout. Oh, it looks like he is going to trade into this end game. Makes sense. I'm not sure if there was a way to break through this defense. I didn't see one, but this is going to be, I mean, Never say never, but very impossible or very difficult to defend here. Again, you have connected pass pawns here, an outposted bishop. I'm not sure why the knight had to retreat here. I guess this might have been your only option. Both players at only 40 seconds. This could end in a time loss, but thankfully this is a very handedly winning position for white. Oh, but he does hang this pawn, um, potentially trying to weave some sort of net around this king, but he is losing his pawns. Doesn't matter how winning the position is if you're the one who flags first. There's no increment here, and neither of these players moving very fast. And yeah, going to have to pre-move here. Oh, but what is I I honestly zoned out here for a second. And he actually wins on time. That is incredible. What a comeback. Um, yeah, William just hanging all of the pawns and then allowing a promotion here. That is just an incredible save from Theon, and that means it is going to come down to game three. If this is a draw, then we will go to Blitz. But winner could take all. This is already a pretty non-standard for a sort of Italian opening, but this is not a good move here because you're going to be losing two pieces for this rook. You may get a pawn in return, but I mean, just generally speaking, this is not a worthy, material trade. And as you can see, material is going to be equal. Black might even be up a point, but has one less piece. Can you not just fork? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This is just this is a fork here. I think you're gonna have to lose this. But very unfortunate move here. Sometimes you need to make sure that all the pieces in your position are guarding before you go in for an attack like this. Okay, good move. Yeah, I should have been looking for this. Putting the king under fire. Yeah, assuming Theon is able to find the lines here, this should be okay. William taking a lot of time here, but of course is better to spend a few minutes and end up in an equal position than try to rush a move here and then potentially throwing everything away, losing the last two games straight. He plays king f8, this which does seem to be equal, yeah. I did suspect that you would most likely have to move the king here. Now, going in for an attack on this rook is likely that you will still end up losing one of these pieces, but you will, in exchange, be able to pick up a pawn or two and also prevent black from castling. Yeah, I did have some concerns about this move. Might be overextending. I think a better, sort of plan here, yeah, we have an attack here, might have been something like just immediately pressuring this queen into making a decision there. Yeah, we see the white king may soon be under fire. Now, white does not have the worst odds here. You do still have this potential attack from the bishop, and maybe the knight can get in. You do have three pieces that can potentially get in on an attack, but black has four, so. And yeah, this here is going to be a problem, basically a fork here. Um, of course, if you take, then it's an immediate fork, and if you don't take, then basically the same deal. So yeah, now it is going to be a full extra rook here for black. Um, I'm going to be very, very impressed if Theon manages to save this somehow. It looks, I mean, all but over at this point. Although I have, said that earlier and been quickly proven wrong. Yeah, no, I think it is. Think it is over here. MK, not the fastest player, but a minute 30 should be plenty to convert this position. Oh, and gets a queen trade. All right, and I think that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be GG. As we're going to see these last couple pawns being lost and a promotion here. Um, and a swift mate. And there you go. MK William is your champion. very nice play here in this game. This game especially. Making a strange blunder here in the opening, but a counter blunder from Theon lands him in a very comfortable position, and he manages to hold this for the rest of the game. And that is GG. He wins 2 games to 1.
Alright, I think this is day 7 of playing from zero. Full week. And about that chess tournament I talked about yesterday, I lost against MK. He is quite good at chess. Evaluation-wise, I pretty much played like my rating. I'm a 1650 on average, right? But MK, he's rated 1700 according to Stockfish or whatever bot chess.com has in their arsenal. He played like a 2100 for games 1 and 3. Game 2, I have no clue how either of us did yet because game review, you only get one free one per day. Maybe you'll see by the time this video comes out, but I won't know until I'm in the editing department. I think unironically the part I practice the most is the dual robot to the ending, just because the ship at 70 whatever is my biggest fear right now. Like the wave, it's inconsistent, sure, but it's only 40% through the level. The ship is actually intimidating and it's in the last quarter. Okay, I'm starting to get to the point where I think the level owes me more progress than I'm getting, and that's not a fun place to be. But that doesn't stop me from feeling like this, because I practice for hours every day. I'm allowed to think the level is bullshitting me. I even changed the way I do 76 because of how I died there last time. I don't just do one hand doing a double tap. Now I use both hands to double tap. My right hand's on the up arrow because of what? 21% anyways. So why don't I just double tap at 76 the same way? Like, if I died there every attempt, then I wouldn't mind because I'd be making it to the duel every attempt. It's because I'm making it to the duel every, like, 15 attempts that I'm getting annoyed. And my consistency with the duel is, like, I don't know, 1 in 5 makes it to the wave. That hurts. Because I never die there. I lost focus. This is unsustainable. If I'm only getting like 2 post-wave attempts every day, like I'm already practicing for hours on and off. It's just annoying to not see my progress come to fruition, you know? Like, yeah, I've only been playing for a week from zero. I've gotten the first duel to 100. I've gotten from the wave to 100 like 10 times by now. It's just so annoying. Are you serious? Ah, the gay wheel got me. Fuck. Why is it always the last attempt of the session I just out of nowhere do so well? Should I just pretend that every attempt is the end of the session then? That's such an easy jump too. I guess we just go again tomorrow. Fuck, man. Okay, I might as well do the attempt. Just this for swag. I beat it! Let's go! That sucks. But we go again tomorrow. Don't worry. I just did the duel to 100. Will this be the day? That's a reasonable death. That is a hard input. I just need to calm down and then I'll just go again. I do wish that I got a chance at the robot though. Too early. Too high. Really? Oh, I gotta eat dinner. I'll be back later though. Alright, I am back with more attempts. Seriously? Oh, too high again. Too low? Seriously? Oh, fucking hell. You can't be serious, man. Look, I'm gonna do wave to 100 first try. Okay, maybe not, but at least I made it past the wave. Okay, it is hard, it's just inconsistent. Anyways, I gotta take a break. Full focus time. I don't even get a chance at the ship. Too low, my fucking god. Oh. You have no idea how much I thought this was overdue. This level is so fucking fun. Like, through all the unluckiness with the wave and the duel, I'd still rate this an 8.5 out of 10. The robot, I'm surprised. The mini robot at the end, shocked I didn't die to a single time from zero. That is when you're learning the level for the first time, that's the part where you completely just have no clue how to approach. Previously, I probably like a year ago, I tried learning the mini robot at the end without any video assistance, and I couldn't make it past the first like 3 orbs. That's how daunting that particular section is. When I actually used video assistance, shoutouts to Rasta4X by the way, to learn the level, I thought it was going smoothly until I got to the wave. On 60 hertz, like the wave is by itself probably one of the most, it's probably like a top 5 low refresh rate demon part. Like, it's so difficult. And yeah, Samamba is also a 60 hertz player. They're the one who had the highest percentage on this on low refresh rate before I beat this. I'm the first low refresh rate victor. I have no words. I just thoroughly enjoyed my experience despite how fed up I was towards the end. Yeah. I really don't know what else to say. I'm just really happy that I was able to do this with so much more time left before my study term starts. Massive GG, and this is probably my 3rd hardest. I think it's more towards artificial ascent at this moment, but I don't know, things could change. I've gone on a long enough spiel at this point, so I'm gonna free you from this monologue and happy Christmas, even though it is literally mid-August as of the recording of this. But yeah, hope you all have happy holidays, and here's to a wonderful 2026.